begin, we must begin with the ritual that all great ceremonies have. We must cast the 20-sided die and determine if the fates are with us. I'll assume that they are. I am John Ronald Royal Tolkien! I'd like to welcome you children from near and far, whether you come from the fields of Crick Hollow, the heights of Azeroth, or the very timbers of Baldur's Gate. Tonight, we salute me! Now, you might know me as a noted philologist, scholar, veteran, language creator, poet, novelist. But what I am here to talk about, my proudest achievement, is that I, J.R.R. Tolkien, invented cosplay! Yes! Ever since I was a young boy in the fields of Shepherdshire, reading fairy stories and folk tales, I dreamed of being able to vest myself in fine elvish cloaks and work for pantaloons. I have finally done it. Throughout my history, I've devoted my life to cosplay. Indeed, I will tell you that when I was at Oxford, I was the president of the Fairy Tales Association, which oddly enough doubled as the newly founded president of the Abstinence Education Club. It just worked out that way. I can tell you often of a Friday night, Mr. C.S. Lewis would come to my flat dressed in full regalia as the Green Knight while I wrapped myself in the armors of Ivanhoe. We had great sport, I'll tell you. Let me consult my magic bag of holding. First off, I will tell you that I am the author of The Lord of the Rings. The highest selling book of all the 21st century, behind the Bible, of course, but ahead only of The Little Prince. Suck it, Saint Exupery, fuck you! I have many here we have an original Flash comic where he defeats the Green Lantern. I drew much of my inspiration from Middle-earth from this man. For you. Yes. What else do I have in such a mystical bag? I believe it might be a foil card from none other than Magic the Gathering. Enchantment creature, nymph, of course. 2 black mana to play. 2 attack, 3 defense, sir, for you. You've definitely used one of those before. As the king of cosplay, I will tell you that many was the time in my youth where I went to a crowded convention center parking lot on a weekend with my friends, dressed as such, and raised a cardboard Excalibur into the air as perplexed Boston locals yelled at me and took pictures for which they would bully with me on Instagram. It was fantastic. For you, I will also tell you that I never thought that I would achieve such glory. Where many nerds like you, spawned in my own image, would take my books to the top of the charts and my films to the top of the box office, even though I turned The Hobbit into a trilogy. Ha suckers! You can do nothing about it. I've wreaked the desolation of smog upon you. Yes. Indeed, all right. Very much all right. Very much my estate is worth more than J.K. Rowling's dowry. There we go, yes. I run the shit. And I have but one thing to say. Does anybody know how to get duct tape glue off of a broom handle? I really don't need my mom to find out about this. My greatest cosplay, of course, was what I'm dressed as now, Mr. Gandalf. The name derives from two Old Norse words, Gan, meaning staff, and Dalfir, meaning I will move out of the basement when I'm damn well ready, Mom. I have one last thing to say. In recent years, after 6 decades of uncontested rule of the high fantasy realm, it has come to my attention that some of you are defecting to that masquerader, that fisherman's hat wearing bearded nothing, Mr. George R.R. Martin. And to him, I say but this: you cannot pass me. I am a servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor. You cannot pass. Oh no. Oh no. Back into the shadows, you. You can